How's this for a New Year's resolution? Don't get sexually assaulted this year if you're walking the streets. And you know what? That's a pretty good one considering what happened in Germany last year. 1,200 women just out and about celebrating New Year's Eve at festivals and other places outside of metros. They were sexually assaulted en masse in Cologne, Hamburg, and other cities. And do you remember this article from the Washington Post? I ripped this off from this summer that finally acknowledged that 1,200 women, German women, were sexually assaulted because officials were so tight-lipped they didn't want to acknowledge the fact that they have this massive migrant crisis, and oh, by the way, they're not following the norms of society, and they're sexually assaulting our women because they're not covered up and i.e. not respectable. Now, we saw a HuffPost writer, 18-year-old Syrian refugee, talk about the sex assault of women, and he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that women deserve it because they're not respected, because they're not covered up. So it looks like officials, they have a solution to this year. So if you live in Germany and Sweden and other places where sex assault at the hands of migrants is very common now, it looks like they have a solution. So first there was the rape bracelet. Do not rape me, if you remember that. What a success. Now it looks like in this article aggregating from RT News, women in Vienna are going to get an anti-rape pocket alarm. Oh, that's going to be helpful. Primarily aimed at this New Year's Eve campaign to stop them from getting sexually assaulted en masse again, because we just can't have another crisis like that where 1,200 women are reported being fondled, grabbed, sexually assaulted en masse. Can't have that again because we might have to acknowledge it this time. So we're going to give you this alarm. Now, these Austrian police, they're going to distribute these pocket alarms to women on New Year's Eve in order to prevent one thing, that's of course sex assault. And these gadgets, they're going to emit this shrill alarm because that's really going to stop an attacker in the event that women are approached by an offender. Now, this is a national campaign. It's aimed at women on New Year's Eve. The Interior Ministry, they talked about this yesterday. 6,000 pocket alarms in all. And women, we know, because they're not covered, we see this mass clash of civilizations underway, where in places like Western Europe, you've got this mass migrant population coming in, and we're seeing sex assaults and rapes like we have never seen before. And the only thing making it worse is that officials aren't even willing to acknowledge that it's happening to their own people. Now, we talked about this on InfoWars this morning. The EU, in response to the terrorist attack that happened in Berlin, where that unmanned lorry, if you remember, ran over 12 people, that was the original. It looks like they're willing to acknowledge these crimes now, and here's how they're going to combat it: with a shrill sound. What else is going to stop it? I'm Margaret Howell reporting for InfoWars.com.
In case you haven't heard, InfoWars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. InfoWars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of The Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the InfoWars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to InfoWars.com/app and download today. InfoWars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the InfoWars store that are only available for InfoWars Prime subscribers. That's InfoWars Prime at InfoWars.com/app. And if you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.